How do you think, like, what is required to be done in that state to bring the situation back to normalcy, like removing reservation or not going ahead with the court order? What can be the solution there? What is it that gives you hope?
Uh, I feel there are things that have to be done on multiple fronts. To begin with, it's the political leadership in the state has to reach out to everyone. Uh, I'm talking of now all the communities who exist there. They have to reach out to people beyond their ethnic groups to try and sound reconciliatory. Next is for the youth themselves. It is very difficult for the security forces now to get after the people and collect all these weapons, 3,000, 4,000, which are still outside. It is for the youth to get convinced that it is not the way forward. They have to surrender these weapons. There have to be some kind of incentives for that to be announced, which probably will help that happen. Then the civil society organizations, along with the women's organization, they have to, the biggest sufferers in this violence have been the women. It doesn't come out as much in the open, and it so happens that the women bodies are very powerful. They have to think beyond these false narratives that are going. There has to be a control on the false videos, false narratives that are in plenty. Today you have publication of the valley-based people which looks at things only from their perspective. On a parallel track, the cookies, the people in the hills have also started their own publication, not in print, but in electronic form. They have their own papers where they deride the Metis. Now all this has to stop. They have to look beyond all these marginal gains or short-sighted gains that they're having. So they have to play a role. Then it is the armed people also who are going around with arms. I'm now talking of militant groups, including some of them who are in suspension of operations, some of them who are in a ceasefire mode. It is for them to understand that this is not the way forward. And of course, security forces will be enablers in anything that they do. And ma'am, since you spoke of that July video which came out, it so happened at that time we had spoken to both the communities, and they had agreed to meet at a place which was different from Manipur, where they were to meet, and we were facilitating that meet as Assam Rifles. But just 2 days before that meeting could happen, this video went viral.
And that was that.
That was the...
And sir, with so much of information warfare going through these social media apps, WhatsApp and all other applications that are used, did you, as DG of the force, did you ever feel the need for an indigenous social media platform to be able to handle all this, to tackle all this information?
We were doing it on two fronts. While the army through the corps and the command would give out clarifications, even I was doing it in a large measure through many of my interviews to the media. I was telling them as to what exactly is happening. It so happened the security advisor who's there, Mr. Kuldeep Singh, he was also given this charter of clarifying regularly to the media. It was happening for a certain period of time, then it stopped. But I think he's doing that again.
Click here to watch the full episode.